This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat that far. Let's talk about it, man. The dumbest shit I've heard as a black boxing community fan base is them saying that Shakur Stevenson called out Gervonta Tank Davis. How did Shakur Stevenson call out Gervonta Tank Davis when Shakur Stevenson said at the end of the Jamel Herring fight, what are these Rudy fucking Poo and Plum brains? Classic fucking dolts and troglodytes. Ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric saying. What are they spewing? What's coming out of their rabbit ass mouths? It's not making any sense. We're going to go with what Shakur Stevenson said. We're going to go with the goat's mouth. Shakur Stevenson was very clear in stating out of his own mouth that he wants Oscar Valdez next. That no other fight matters outside of Oscar Valdez. So you guys are going to fabricate shit. You guys are going to say stuff out of your own rabbit ass mouths. And you're not going to go with what the fighter says. I thought this was all about ethics and morality. See, ethics and morals, they don't stand two flying fucks, two cows fucks when it comes to the black boxing community fan base, because they have their agenda. Let me tell you why they're mentioning Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. They're doing this because they understand the Devin Haney equation. They understand the Devin Haney mathematics, but they didn't learn and they didn't pay attention and they didn't listen when it came to Deontay Wilder. This is your opportunity to not repeat the same mistake. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let me say it again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You motherfuckers didn't learn with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder didn't bend the proverbial fucking knee. He didn't kiss the ring while he was at it to Floyd. So because of that, he found himself in a precarious situation of listening to you beta cuck males. You pure fucking beta supremes. You beta bati boys. That's what he was listening at his truest and his most properest levels. So when it's all said and done, we can't sit here and be surprised. When it's all said and done, it's a Devin Haney agenda. The reason why they're mentioning Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis is so that they can say that Tank is ducking basically Shakur Stevenson. Tank don't even fight at 130 no more. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, But in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller fashion, you guys got to see the agenda for what it is. It is fucking boxing propaganda. Boxing agenda at its truest and its most properest levels. Tank is no longer a 130 pounder. Tank is what we call basically a 135 and a 140 pounder. So why are we talking about Tank at 130? Last time I checked, Shakur Stevenson's not leaving 130 anytime soon. You brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. He wants to fight Oscar Valdez. So when did we intermingle him and Oscar Valdez with Gervonta Tank Davis? Gervonta Tank Davis has Rolly Romero on his mind. Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson have the ultimate respect for one another. Will it be a future superstar clash at some point? Yes, when they settle the dust and they clear the air. But why aren't boxing community fan bases keeping that same energy, dog? Let me say it again. Why aren't boxing black community fan bases keeping that same energy, dog? And let me tell you the energy they're not keeping. Why aren't they mentioning Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney? Because they know if they have to mention that, they have to talk about Devin Haney's flaws. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me motherfucking well. If they mention Shakur Stevenson and his superior boxing skills, they have to talk about Devin Haney. They have to go back to that sparring session that they had when Shakur Stevenson basically schooled his rabbit ass and Shakur Stevenson knocked him down to his truest and his most properest levels. They got to remember that. And because they got to remember that, it puts them in a precarious situation to where they have to criticize Devin Haney. They're not going to do that. They're getting interviews by Devin Haney. They're getting interviews by Bill Haney. So why would they critique them? You see what He Knows Everything is telling you? You see the cold-hearted? You see the unadulterated? You see the cutthroat truth teller fashion? You see how He Knows Everything is calling a spade, keeping it real, keeping it a buck, and keeping it 1,000? Don't let these black boxing community fan bases delude you. Because when it's all said and done, that's what they do at their truest and their most properest levels. Delusion at its highest levels. Divide and conquer and divide. This is what they're notorious for. They didn't learn their lessons with Deontay Wilder because he didn't bend the proverbial fucking knee and kiss the ring while he's at it to Floyd. Devin Haney's next. He's next on the fucking chopping block, and I can't wait till he get it fucking exposed. If his ass don't bend, and I mean if he don't bend, and I mean if he don't bend the proverbial motherfucking knee and kiss the ring while he's at it to Floyd, absence doing this, he won't be crispier than a fucking 3-piece. And he will be fucking exposed. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? Niggas. I keeps the foot on the what? Niggas. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.